Yellow.
There we go. Item 92, the Youth Crime Report 2007. We pull that from the consent.
Yes. Okay. And maybe I could ask Deputy Chief Adams to make some comments on that. Are there any questions on the other part of the consent agenda? If not, then I'll move to the item 92. Deputy, would you like to make some comments on the report, and then if you're the author of it?
Good morning. I spoke to our detective in charge of the youth crime division yesterday because I was a little alarmed. I was unsure. We're just at the 30.4% increase in the stats from the increase in young persons charged. The issue would appear that there were 300 extra charges. And most of them, from what I understand, result in several people being charged with several different. Like at one point, they identified one young offender having charged with 37 offenses. So although the numbers appear alarming, thinking, wow, what's going on with the youth? Are they all committing more crimes? It would appear that there are certain few that are committing multiple crimes, and they've been charged several times, and they're dealing with them through the courts. That's really the reason for the increase in numbers. And I think the other thing I wanted to address was the fact is that the Youth Crime Bureau right now are going to be working with the Peel District and Dufferin Catholic District School Boards on a youth threat assessment protocol. Christine McIntyre, who's the detective, she's the chair of this committee. She's working with both boards. She's very positive about their, and what they're trying to do with this is she has been trained as a risk assessment, so she can do a risk on the individuals. And these aren't the individuals who are actually getting charged, so they wouldn't even capture the 30% increase. These are the kids that are going to school and they're missing days, or their behavior seems to be troubling to the teachers, that they are then brought to this panel and they do an assessment on this because they're trying. I think it came as a result of the Safe School protocol down in the States, where the kids who they found were going into the schools and causing the problems or doing the mass killings were never the children who were being captured by the police or by the courts for charges. They were actually the kids who nobody really had any interaction with, no official agency had. So she's working with the school boards on this protocol right now. She's very positive about the feedback she's getting, that they want to become involved in that sort of thing. Because I said to her, so is there anything else we should be doing? I mean, we're involved in the Feeder School program, and we're involved in the schools. We have our NPU officers in the schools, and she said the big concern of the 30% increase, that's why she worked with the crime analyst to identify that, was that she's not as concerned at the spike of the 30%, just because it's these several individuals who are being charged multiple times. I wasn't sure, was that what your concern was? Because that's what I looked at and went, oh, this is a big concern to me. So.
Well, through the chair, I thank you for the comments. Given the statistics, though, alarming, I wonder, Mr. Chair, if we could, as a board, through your office, consider when there's a fullness of time to evaluate what approach we should be taking going into future days, future weeks, future years, that we consider perhaps a special meeting where all members of regional council can attend, whether it's a police board meeting or that we extend for all members of regional council to come, or whether it's a special regional council meeting. Certainly in the city of Brampton, I know Mayor Mississauga, we both expressed concerns about these numbers. The public is certainly wanting to have some assurance. I'm sure through the chair, the chief, that you're deep in the middle of considering what to recommend to us. So perhaps when that, when we're ready to receive that information, perhaps we could have that fuller debate with the opportunity for all members of regional council to participate, because we all are actively called upon to support the Peel regional budget at the end of the day, and the public at large, through their elected representatives, will will want to hear the assurances that Peel continues to be a very safe community. But we have our challenges, and we have some new challenges. And I'm sure we'll have some plans to address the new challenges.
Just in support of that, I know the Chief and I met just yesterday over many of these issues, and he has been working the last few months in trying to put that kind of statistic analysis and presentations together. And I think, Chief, if you don't mind me saying, I think there's also the areas of what would be important is what we already have done, and through, we have this youth committee that we have the police and the community agents and that sitting on. And I think we're really looking at kind of the bigger picture, and hopefully can put that together in a presentation that we can present to our council, that many of them have been inquiring and asking about the number of homicides that we've unfortunately had in our community this year. And so I think with my discussions just yesterday, the chief thought if he had somewhere about another month and we could work to that date, we could probably be in a position, I think, Chief, to present that, kind of give you the opportunity to present that kind of in a public forum so that the community and themselves may be adverse to some of the issues and the concerns that the police are dealing with on a daily basis in our community. So unless, Chief, there's something else you want to add to that, I think that strategy will move forward. And
are you looking at two presentations, Chair? The one on violent crime, immigration, and homicide, and subsequent to that would be the youth part?
Yes.
No, I think that's a good idea. If you're doing one on youth crime, I'd be more than happy to sit with Deputy Chief Evans and she makes the presentation.
Okay, all right.
I'll certainly do the one on the homicide, sure.
Yes.
So I'll move that this report be referred so that it can come back to a special meeting of either the police board or regional council. I'll do that as the chair of both to determine the timing that all members of council, and I'd like to report that meeting back to my council, with my mayor's hat on, because my council was asking, and I did speak to the chief to say, would you come to Brampton Council? I think Mayor Mississauga probably said we would come to Mississauga Council, so since we're Peel Police, we could talk all at once, and then two presentations given to all of council is more efficient than repeating, and as long as all members of council have a chance to hear how we're addressing. I think as a member of the police board, we're, as you are, alarmed at the numbers and highly concerned about our young people, highly concerned about how our communities are perceived to be changing, yet wanting to make sure that the numbers on the page are not the only story, that there continue to be over 100,000 students, young people in Peel, who are achieving every single day, doing wonderful work, who will become the next generation leaders in the community. And that's part of the full story.
Okay. And I've asked, sorry.
No, I just said I'll second.
Okay, and I've asked our director and staff to also assist in where they may in this part of the getting the whole thing together. So, all those in favor of that, carried. All those